Hey guys, Terry here on Down the Road Productions. Welcome back for a new episode. So today's a very big day. Hey guys, Terry here on Down the Road Productions. Welcome back for a new episode. Today's a big day here at my studio garage. Our Goldwing is coming back from Macomb Power Sports. We had dropped it off on April 3rd. Today is May 6th. So it's been gone almost 5 weeks. If you look at the calendar, at least 4.5 weeks. And what a long wait this has been. As you guys know from the other videos, I'll just do a quick update here. We had Rivco highway arrow pegs installed on the bike. When the mechanic was working on the bike, I had also requested the antifreeze be changed out. All 6 bolts, the head stripped right off. I got hit with an extra $300 over the total bill. You live and you learn. I just want to thank Max McAllister again and Dan at Traction Dynamics for answering my emails weeks back. Much respect. I was grounding myself on next steps. These guys were really helpful. So thank you again over at Traction. The bike's coming back after over a month without the Rivco arrow pegs on it. It is coming back with new antifreeze, new brake and clutch fluid, and a new high flow air filter. On the high flow air filter, the stock air filter and the K&N air filter for the Goldwings were all sold out, so I went with an alternate product very similar to the K&N air filter. And I'm excited about the power bump and fuel economy increase. I'll do a separate video on that for you guys. So it's exciting, and of course too, the bike also got an oil change through all this as well. That's the work we had done on the bike, and I'm excited to get it back. I have totally missed it. Good weather here in Michigan starts on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. I'm just gonna ride it a lot and get used to it again. You can see our Rocket 3 GT behind us, but as I talk to you right now, Chris from Macomb Power Sports is on his way here with my bike. I just can't wait. He took good care of me when he picked up the bike. And this is pretty exciting stuff. So the next part of this video will be Chris unloading that bike coming in the garage, and fingers crossed it's damage free. Lots of laughs after all this. Over the course of these 4+ weeks, I got lucky on the weather front because it's been lousy weather here in Michigan. Really not ideal riding weather. I've had my Rocket 3 GT the few times I've ridden. So guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel. If you're new to this channel, I bounce between motorcycle and vehicle content to stay relevant and fresh in my own creative process. I do have an automotive industry background, engineering, IT, things like that. So excited to be making these videos for everyone for free. Give us a like or subscribe. That's all we care about. Lots of laughs. I'm just kidding. I like to tell people that here at On Down the Road Productions, we're on your side. And it's true. I try to think of things as a consumer balanced against our current economic conditions out there and really what makes sense, since motorcycles, cars, trucks are all severely depreciable assets and are so expensive now. All right, guys, let's get back to this video. The next part of this video will be the Goldwing delivery. I think I'll be able to, the tie-down brackets I put on a few years back, I think I'm going to be able to show you guys how they're tied in and undone when they unload the Goldwing too, which might be interesting to some. I'm just excited to get the bike back. So guys, thank you for being here. We totally appreciate you, and let's keep this going.
A few moments later.
All right, look at that. That can't be my Honda. Let's see, look at that. I'll go more in that. That wasn't that bad after 6 years, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a job to get down to them on them.
Oh,
things, you know?
yeah, you're telling me. Well, you know, I didn't mean to talk so much the last video. I was just excited to get the bike in for the bolt recall.
Yeah.
Because all these Goldwing owners are super stressing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to get her taken care of.
Oh, look at my bike. I haven't seen it in over a month. Whoa, dude. Look at that. All right, rock and roll. I see no arrow foot pegs on it. Let's see how you did that real quick. I'm gonna bend down.
I just went through the wheel on the rear.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then your front hooks, you just go from your hooks down.
Can I get a quick shot of that on film?
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. If you wanna, okay, I see what they did. They just hooked it here and brought it down.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. And then because you got to stop in the trailer, that pulls it forward, you know.
Yeah, right on. Well, I'll get out of your way and I'll let you pull it in, okay? I'll stand back here and not be a pest like I was the first video. It's hard to be a content creator Because, you know, if you have dead space and no talking, I think that's what I was trying too hard on. Someone wrote me, he said, take it from me. It's a great video, but I used to work in service. I'm like, oh, here we go again. I got lucky the weather was so bad too while it was gone.
Yeah, now the nice stuff's about to show up, I think.
Yeah, I heard Wednesday, which is really tomorrow.
Yeah.
And folks, we got rain. There's our 2 trucks over there. Yeah, I really appreciate you, Chris. You've got a great personality for this kind of work.
Yeah, been around bikes a long time, you know. Yeah, these things are sweet.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't. The Harley dealer wanted to give me 18 for it last year, like 17,975. They wanted to give me for it. Yeah, I appreciate you taking. And someone even was critical of me for having you load it.
Oh.
And what a bunch of bozos, you know. Look at that.
Let me grab your
Sure thing.
key fob out of the truck.
Yeah. Thanks for taking such good care of it.
Yeah.
I missed it. No, I can't wait to ride it, you know. All right, there it is. Let's see this. Oh, that's just okay. The Rivcos are gone. It actually looks better because I can see the Honda again. I'll have to figure out new foot pegs for it. Very cool. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
I'll just stand over here and get out of your way. You know, it sounds like it's running better. Here we go, folks. Our Goldwing is back. This thing looks brand new after 6 years. There she goes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, that is just freaking awesome, Chris. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Do I have to sign anything, or are we good to go?
No, you're good.
Chris, I'm glad I got to meet you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you so
okay.
much for taking care of me.
Yep, no worries. If you need something, let us know.
Moments later.
Okay, this is a 6-year-old GL1800 air filter. Now, my bike had sat unsold for 2 years with 1 mile on it, but this wasn't that bad. I'm going to do a close-in here, and this validates the traction dynamics guidance that you can wait till 40,000 miles, maybe even 50,000 miles to do the air filter on your Goldwing. So here you can see some dirt pick up here, more towards the bottom. And let me flip it over. I flipped it over and the other side is not too bad at all. Covered up my address right there. Let me just go over the total cost of this video. So of course the warranty was at no cost. Here, the oil, new oil was part of the warranty, but I paid for a new oil filter. They charged me $21.75 and they charged me $60 to take the old oil filter off and put the new one on. Let me flip a page here. Bear with me. Okay, here, the air filter, like I said earlier, K&N air filters are out of stock, and stock air filters are out of stock for the GL1800 because of the bolt recall. So I paid $40 for a comparable high flow air filter to the K&N, and there was only one left, so I took it. And the air filter replacement as part of this recall was only $270. That's a bargain. Here is my coolant, right? Antifreeze coolant, and that was $178.16. You see here there was a flush coolant system. Okay, so now the Rivco drama, all 6 bolt heads stripped on the Rivco aero peg. So that was $300. I took a $300 hit for them to get the bolts out of the block and put the original bolts that came with the bike back in. And here you go. There they are. So we're back to this right now on my bike. Here, the brake fluid, I did the brake fluid and clutch fluid. So there's $21.75 for that, $21.57 for that. And then over here, let's see, ultimately $19.17 for all those fluids. And The labor subtotal was $270 and the job total was $289.17. Ultimately, all this work set me back $1,180. This would have been $300 less if Rivco had made a better product. A walk around of our returned after over a month 6-speed manual 2018 Goldwing Tour. We love this bike. What a complete pleasure it is to own. And look at that, looking better than new. Right on. Okay, and there's that, and I'll just hit the other side. Everything's fine. Got some rain drops on it. It was raining today. Good looking bike, and I don't care that it's not a 2024 or 2025. This fits right in. Very happy with it. And you can see this here, our service tag. I'll save that for old time's sake. Okay everyone, this is Trunk or Treat. Let's see what I got going on here. Haven't looked in here in over a month. Whoa, there's the Rivco pegs right there. There they all are. This sucks, doesn't it? Look at that. Oh, they packed it real nice for me too. Look at that. So totally useless. Out $300+ on these. Well, hope you enjoyed your Trunk or Treat. Hey guys, thank you for being with us on this episode. We appreciate everyone. So, did spend some money, knocked off almost all the maintenance that's required for the Goldwing by 15,000 miles, except the drive shaft, which I'm going to do on my own with my new motorcycle jack. And I can just do a separate video on that, I suppose. So exciting to have the bike back. So I did get lucky because while the bike was gone, 92% of the weather here sucked. So the good weather comes back tomorrow. So that's prophetic in my book. And what else can I tell you guys? Overall, I think I had a good experience, except for the Rivco Aero Highway foot pegs and those crappy bolts they sell with the foot pegs. It's a great product, but Rivco has no customer service. And I can't wait to ride my Goldwing. I can't do it today. It's raining and it's cold. I guess I could, but I won't. I'm not hardcore like that. Bike will be out tomorrow. If you see me in traffic, give me a honk. I might give you a decal. Really appreciate you guys. Still running a bit behind schedule with some of my content. Some may know this. Recently, Mike Peters of The Alarm passed away. I met Mike for the first time in 1997 as a solo artist out in New Jersey. And this man was so kind to me, and he autographed the Alarm Strength album for me back in 1997. And that's at the end of our ODP. Got a car going by. That is at the end of our ODP commercial. Now I'm heartbroken because he left behind a wife and 2 sons, and I can't say we were true friends, but I can say I was blessed to have some great experiences and contacts with Mike. And I'll just share a couple right now. This may or may not move you. So before he had his 2 sons, he said to me, you know, I was a single father with no family, raising my son alone. And he said to me, you know, Terry, if you can do it, it gives me courage to do it. Words to that effect. And that's not a lie from anybody. And he kind of patted me on the shoulder. Another great experience I had with Mike in The Alarm was when they were playing in Chicago in 2001. I had driven out there in my Z28 Camaro, and Mike and the band loaded up in the guitar. They needed guitar strings and other stuff, and we went to the Guitar Center in Chicago, and Mike and James Stevenson and Richard Llewellyn, who was playing with those guys at the time, kind of did a mini concert for me at Guitar Center. Did three or four, maybe 5 songs. I was flabbergasted. I couldn't, you know, and then on the way there and the way back, he's checking out my CD collection in the car, and he was disappointed in one CD I owned, and I saw the look on his face, and I can't remember the name of the band right now, but, you know, I had a son, and there were some heavy metal CDs around me at that time. Not, you know, I had a son who was into that stuff, and Buck Cherry. It was the Buck Cherry CD. because I liked their one song. I think it was called Lit Up, and that was the only song I liked, but I'm not a Buck Cherry fan. And he was kind of disappointed in that. And at other Chicago shows, I got to meet other prominent musicians. And who's the guy from the Smashing Pumpkins? Trent Reznor, I think, came to see one of the Chicago shows, and I had to get back on the road, right? I had driven from Michigan. I just wanted to walk over and say goodbye to Mike. And he saw me and he quit talking to Trent Reznor, who had this look on his face, and he wished me luck and a safe drive, right? And you know, he could have done the typical make Terry wait or make this guy wait. And he knew how to make people feel special. Another great experience I can share with you guys was with me and my son. I took my son down to Cleveland, Ohio to see him play. And he was there playing with Gene Loves Jezebel, and James Stevenson was there again. And my son kept talking to him about Metallica. And he's like, you know, Mike, you should work with Metallica. And you know, Mike didn't blow him off. He actually took it all seriously and talked to my son, you know, about, you know, him doing work with Metallica, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and there are other moments I had like that with Mike Peters through the years. And I even own his Dwayne Eddy Guild guitar that he used in The Alarm that Brian Setzer also played. And he looked at me after I got the guitar and he goes, you know, Terry, I can't believe you got the guitar. And, you know, I'm going to miss him. I'm heartbroken. He passed away. He did a lot of great work for charity, and he really was a positive ray of light for so many people. And you know, I actually haven't bawled out or cried extensively about it. I want to inside so bad. I'm still processing the news. It's been a week or so, over a week. But I felt like in some way, you know, I was blessed to have Mike in those experiences with him. And there were many more than what I shared in my life. And I have been disheartened with the AI videos about Mike Peters passing away, creating false statements from his band members and things like that, or people just doing a video to get views on YouTube, you know, trying to remember, you know, I guess it's okay they do it, but I just feel so lucky that during a time in my life when I had no family, I'm an FSA survivor, family scapegoat abuse survivor. When you know, he made time for me. With his life, he made time for me. And I will never stop being appreciative for that. And I don't even think he knows how powerful that was for me. And even too with James Stevenson, treating me the same way in many ways. You know, went through a lot of trauma, raising my son alone, being abandoned, being scapegoated by my family, and that trauma just doesn't go away when you turn 21. Lots of heavy-duty trauma that I had to work through most of my life. And these two men, I feel, you know, not to get religious on you guys, I think God brought them into my life when no one else would come into my life. And I also want to include Billy Duffy in that. Billy Duffy has been really cool with me the few times I've spoken with Billy Duffy. And, you know, I just appreciate everything Mike exposed me to through his journey in life. And my heart breaks for his two sons, Dylan and Evan, and his wife, Jules. I know she's a remarkable woman. I've been able to talk to Jules before. And my heart just breaks for the two kids and for Jules. But I'm sure people like James and Billy Duffy and their family and other musicians in the industry are there for them. So I just want to say thank you, Mike Peters. He was the inspiration for the naming of this channel, On Down the Road Productions. And I did that commercial, ironically, a day before he passed away on April 29th. And it's dated that way too. And I had a dream of another recording artist after I published the video that night, which would have been the 29th, singing one of his songs. I'm like, why am I hearing this? And I was dead asleep. It was like a dream. It wasn't Mike, but it was a different artist singing one of his songs. So I feel like spiritually I was motivated to do the On Down the Road song as part of our backstory. I wasn't making it as a tribute to Mike. I was trying to just share some of our backstory, my backstory of hardships and not quitting and, you know, burning down the road, not giving up, right? And that song fits my life perfectly. I was lucky enough to see him compose parts of that song and try it out live. Oh, I've got one more great Mike Peters experience. He let me into a sound check once, and he was singing The Air That I Breathe by the Hollies, and it was one of the most beautiful things I ever heard. As great as the Hollies version is, he sound checked The Air That I Breathe. And this was a devoted guy, loved his family and wife, and you know, I'm just sad he's gone, and brokenhearted, and you know, I feel like I lost another great person. We lost a good man, the whole world did. And if you want to check out what he did for charity, go to lovehopestrength.org or go to thealarm.com and check out some of his music. And I just want to say, guys, thanks for letting me get that off my chest. You know, time flies, life is short. And gosh, I'm sad thinking about all this because, you know, never take somebody else's time, whether they're famous or not, for granted, right? Make time for the people you talk to. It's hard to make time for the people you talk to. And so I'm going to work even harder at when I meet you guys, when I'm out and about, when I meet you guys, really zeroing in and making sure that you know I'm focused on you in public. Because that's what Mike did. And, you know, one more final Mike Peters experience. I came back from Norway with an alarm tattoo on my arm, and I showed it to him, and he just put his hand on it and tapped me on the shoulder. He goes to me, Terry, where'd you get that? That was pretty funny, but you know, it's true, you know, and I'm blessed to have had some of his time in my life as he worked his butt off to rebuild his musical career, fight cancer, and then rebuild his career, and he leaves behind one hell of a legacy. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for hanging in there with us at On Down the Road Productions and supporting us. And now you know why the channel's called On Down the Road Productions. Mike Peters wrote that song. And the commercial is up as our commercial on our website. Please give it a view and leave your comments, and keep Mike Peters and his family in your prayers. Until next episode, guys, be blessed. We're thinking of you. We're on your side. Life is short, and do the best you can.